I'm Clint. I've always wanted to be an athlete and a filmmaker, and although I'm nowhere close right now, this is the document of my journey.
So what is up, guys? We are in the park today, the mini park, because you guys have asked for a tutorial on how to hit rails. And this is not going to be like other tutorials that are aimed at people that are new to skiing or anything like that. This is going to be a tutorial for people that already know how to ski but are dealing with some problems when they get in the park, because that was me last year. And by no means am I an expert this year, but I have a couple tips that I can give you guys that might help you to get on the rail, stay on the rail, and then start progressing further. So in here today with Derek, we're going to hike a couple laps. I'm going to give you guys a couple tips every lap that we do. Let's get into it. I've been skiing all my life, but I was never a park skier, and rails absolutely terrified me. And the first thing that really helped me getting into the park was visualization. And somebody actually showed me this at the top of the park when I first started. So they drew a line in the snow, or you can also drop your pole, and they said, that is the rail. And they told me to ski into it and jump on like it's a rail. And this is really good for helping you visualize the 90-degree turn that you have to do on skis to land on a rail. One of the biggest problems I see with people early on is that they will try and jump on kind of at an angle like this, or they'll jump too far at an angle like this. And you really want to make sure before you're committing to a rail that you're confident with being able to ski down slope and pop up to a 90. So that's my first tip, is visualization. Try it on the snow before you go and do the scary thing of trying it on a rail. So once you are comfortable with that visualization and you're comfortable turning 90 degrees, your next step is actually going to be to get onto a rail. And the mistake I see everybody make on their first time on a rail, even myself, is they lean too far back. So getting onto a rail seems really, really hard, but there's kind of 3 easy steps to do it. And this tip is going to be 3-part essentially. The first step is your pop. You want to pop off the lip going into the rail like you're popping off of a jump. You're going to pop and turn your 90 like we practiced. And then the next step is you really want to stomp down on the rail. A wide stance helps with this. Shoulder width is best, but whatever's comfortable for you is going to be obviously what you want to do. I like being about here, just right inside my shoulder width. And finally, the most important of these 3 tips is you're going to want to lean very far forward. It's going to feel like you're going to fall off the front of the rail into the ground and die. I promise you won't. Almost everybody's first time on a rail, they lean way too far back as a safety precaution not to fall, and it actually makes them fall right onto their hip. It really hurts. What you want to do is weight most of your weight on the front foot. It's going to feel very unnatural, but this is the tip that changed rail skiing for me, is putting most of that weight on the front. So once you're putting all those things together, you'll probably find that you're getting onto the rails, but you're not sliding them to completion. And the best tip for that is looking at the very, very end of the rail. If you look at the very end of the rail, it's going to keep you on all the way until the end, and then you'll be able to easily slide off and you'll slide the rail to completion. So let's go put all of those things together now. We got Derek on the follow cam. You ready? Here we go. Looking at the end of the rail. I'm already looking at the end of the rail. Pop, up. That one wasn't perfect. Already looking at the end of the rail. Pop, land. And just like that, if you're already skiing really well and you're scared of rails, these tips will hopefully help you. So my final tip for you guys is just to go out there and get reps. Do exactly what I'm doing today. The best way to progress is just to keep doing it over and over again and make those 1% increases in progression. I know it can be super scary to be out in the park, especially when there's people that are way better than you. I've definitely felt that way, but every person that's in that park has been at the spot that you were at one point in their life. And most of the people in the park are super stoked to see you progress and super stoked to see you
getting those reps. So don't be afraid to get out there, ask questions to strangers, and just overall get better. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow.